You know that feeling when you scroll through endless coffee maker ads, see a sleek stainless steel machine that promises cafe-quality drinks, and then you actually bring it home only to discover it's a nightmare to clean, takes forever to warm up, or just won't give you the espresso you imagined. I've been there, and that's why I'm digging into the Breville Barista Touch Impress, so you don't end up with another countertop disappointment. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the setup. Unboxing the Barista Touch feels like opening a small kitchen appliance boutique. Everything is nicely boxed. The machine sits in a sturdy crate, and the instructions are more like a quick start guide than a dense manual. You plug it in, press the power button, and the thermojet heating system kicks in. That system is what Breville touts as a quick heat tech, and in practice it means the water reaches brewing temperature in under a minute. For a household that runs on a tight morning schedule, that's a genuine time saver compared with older machines that need a 10-minute warm-up. Now, the real test is daily use. I've been running the Barista Touch for a couple of weeks, making everything from a simple espresso shot to a latte with oat milk, and here's what stands out. The Auto Milk Q grinder does a solid job grinding beans fresh for each brew, and because the grind size is automatically adjusted based on the drink you select, you don't have to guess whether you need a finer or coarser setting. That eliminates a common source of frustration for people who are new to espresso over extraction because the grind is too fine, or watery shots because it's too coarse. The barista guidance screen is another practical element. Instead of just showing temperature or pressure numbers, the touchscreen walks you through each step: dosing, tamping, and even the milk frothing technique for the selected drink. The assisted tamping feature actually lowers a small tamping pad onto the ground coffee, giving you a consistent pressure without the guesswork. For anyone who has tried to tamp by hand and ended up with uneven pressure, this is a subtle but significant win. The learning curve drops dramatically so you can start pulling decent espresso within the first few drinks. One of the features that caught my eye was the cold brew mode. The machine includes a separate compartment for cold brew coffee, and you can set it to drip for anywhere between 8 to 12 hours. In practice, I filled the reservoir with coarsely ground beans, set the timer, and walked away. By the next morning, I had a smooth, low-acid cold brew ready to pour over ice. It's a convenient way to get that specialty shop vibe without buying a dedicated cold brew system. When it comes to milk, the Barista Touch handles both dairy and alternative milks well. I tried oat, almond, and regular whole milk, and the frothing wand adjusted the temperature and texture automatically for each. The result was a velvety microfoam for lattes and a stiffer foam for cappuccinos, all without me having to manually tweak steam pressure. For families with dietary preferences, that flexibility is worth the extra cost. Now, no machine is perfect, so let's talk about the hidden trade-offs. The first thing I noticed is the water tank size. At roughly 2 liters, it's fine for a couple of drinks a day, but if you have a larger crew or like to entertain, you'll find yourself refilling more often than with some larger capacity models. The tank is also positioned at the back, which means you have to lean over the machine to lift it, something to consider if you have limited counter space or back issues. Another practical limitation is the cleaning routine. The Barista Touch does automate the back flush and includes a cleaning cycle for the milk wand, but you still need to decale the unit every few months, especially if you have hard water. The descaling process requires a separate solution and a few manual steps, which can feel a bit involved compared with fully automated pods that claim set and forget. That said, the machine does alert you when a decale is due, so you're not left guessing. Noise is a minor but real factor. The grinder is louder than a typical blade grinder, and the steam wand can be a bit hissy during frothing. In an open-plan apartment, that might be noticeable early in the morning. However, if you're used to the hum of a kitchen appliance, it blends in quickly. So, who should actually buy this Breville Barista Touch? If you're a coffee enthusiast who wants to experiment with espresso, latte art, and cold brew without diving into the world of separate grinders, boilers, and frothing pitchers, this machine hits a sweet spot. It's especially appealing to households where multiple people want different drinks. Someone might want a straight espresso, while another wants a oat milk latte. The guided interface means the whole family can make their preferred drink without constant trial and error. The included 2 free bags of specialty coffee also give you a starting point if you don't already have a favorite bean.